I'm a fat fish. In our last lesson, we learned how to greet people in Chinese. Now, let's move on to introductions and answering common questions. Our goal is to become confident when introducing ourselves. So, let's get started. Today, we'll use the 5Ws 1H method. When gathering information, we focus on the 5Ws and 1H. The what, when, where, why, who, and how. This method is super helpful for self-introductions. As you meet new people, you'll come across questions like, who are you? Where are you from? Where do you live? What do you do? When did you start your jobs or studies? Why did you choose your jobs or studies? How old are you? Sometimes, you might come across questions that are considered private in your culture, but are quite normal for Chinese people. These include questions about age, income, education level, relationship status, weight, and height. To illustrate examples better, I've decided to create a new Chinese name for myself. So, I chose the first name Yi and the last name Cui, and that makes my Chinese name Cui Yi. Okay, let's focus on the first question. Who are you? In Chinese, you can say 你是谁?你是 or 您是. The Chinese equivalent of who are you is 你是谁? Here's how it breaks down. 你 means you, 是 means are, and 谁 means who. In English, the order of the question is who are you? But in Chinese, it's you are who. This sometimes creates confusion for me when speaking English, as the word order is different when asking questions. If you change the order to 谁是你, it doesn't mean who are you, but rather which one is you. In Chinese, we usually don't ask people 你是谁? Just like in English, we don't go around saying who are you to people who just show up normally. We use 你是谁 to express confusion when encountering an unknown person in a private place or to show contempt. So imagine you live alone and find a stranger in your house. You could use 你是谁 or maybe just run away and call the police. Safety first. When using 你是谁, be mindful of your tone and the situation. Otherwise, who knows what might happen? Please note that the Chinese character 谁 has two pronunciations, 谁 and 谁. 谁 is considered more formal and is commonly used in educational or public speaking settings. On the other hand, in daily life, people often prefer using 谁 in their conversations. Both pronunciations mean who. 你是 is more suitable when someone meets you in an unplanned situation. As you already know, 你 and 是 in the phrase 你是 means you are, and it's mainly used to ask about someone's identity. But for formal occasions, you can use 您是. If you want to understand the difference between 您 and 你, please refer to the previous video. If you reverse the order to 是你 or 是您, it means is it you? While 是你 or 是您 means it's you. Now, let's look at some examples. Imagine you're walking outside and someone say hi to you, but you don't recognize them. You can ask 你是. If the person seems much older than you, it's more appropriate to use 您是. At a party organized by your friend A, you find yourself casually talking to someone you don't know, and they might ask 你是. As a newcomer to your workplace, your colleagues who don't know you yet might ask 你是. When it comes to asking someone's name, you can use phrases like 你叫什么名字 or 你的名字是什么？你叫什么名字 means what are you called? Here's the breakdown. 你 means you. 叫 means called. 什么 means what. And 名字 means name. 你的名字是什么 means what's your name? 你的 means your. 名字 means name. 是 means is. And 什么 means what. As an abbreviation, it's also possible you hear the following. 你的名字是 is just like your name is. You can also say 你叫什么 what are you called? But be careful of the tone. Because 叫 also means yell. So if you bypass mentioning the word 名字, people might think that you are accusing them of talking too loud, especially if you use a strange tone or ask with a bad timing. In the past, the term 名字 referred to a person's two first names. 名 was the common first name we know today, while 字 was the first name given to individuals upon adulthood, which was exclusive to certain social classes in the past. Nowadays, 名字 refers to the full name. When filling out the form, you will encounter 姓名, where 姓 means last name and 名 means first name. Unlike English, in Chinese, the first name 名 always goes after the last name 姓. Normally, women don't change their last name to their husbands after they got married in China. But people who are familiar with the married couple will address the woman using the last name of the husband. For example, if I'm married and my husband's last name is Huang, I'll be called 黄夫人, which means Mrs. Huang or Madam Huang, while unfamiliar people will still address me as 崔女士, which means Miss Cui or Lady Cui. Meanwhile, a man is always addressed as 先生, which means Mr. So my imaginary husband will be called 黄先生, Mr. Huang. In formal conversations, you can also hear 我该怎么称呼您 or 您贵姓。我该怎么称呼您 means how should I address you? Here's the breakdown. 我 means I. 该 means should. 怎么 means how to. 称呼 means address. 您 means you. So in Chinese order, the question is, I should how to address you. 您贵姓 What's your last name? 您 means you. 贵姓 means noble last name, but nowadays, it's a word to show respect when asking for someone's last name. Why do we only ask for last names? I'll explain later. Normally, you could get those questions on some business occasions or as a customer in some fancy shops. Now, I know I've given you a lot of information, but I hope you will be able to digest it all. In the next video, we'll learn how to answer those questions. Let's go over the questions we learned today. 你是谁? 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 你是 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 您是 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 你叫什么名字? 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 你的名字是什么? 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 我该怎么称呼您? 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 您贵姓? 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 And here are some new phrases and vocabulary. 谁? 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 谁是你? 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 是你? 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 是您? 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 姓名? 姓名，姓名，夫人，夫人，夫人，女士，女士，女士，先生，先生，先生。女士们、先生们 Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for learning with me today. I will post the study materials in the video description. Please leave a comment below if you have any thoughts or questions. See you next time. Bye!